One of the grill too, look here. See it here? One of the grill Texaco gas station, look. See it there, we come up with water, see it there? The grill Texaco gas station. Can't see nothing, see it there? Bare water.
It's a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm right there, moving northwest at about 14 miles per hour, kind of on a path like that. But you can see a lot of the bad weather is actually out here on the right side of the circulation, right? And so if you can imagine Rafael taking a path across the Gulf of Mexico like that, and if indeed it preserves this asymmetry, you can suggest that, parts of Florida will see some squally weather as the center of Rafael moves well on off to the west. So we'll be watching that, of course, very carefully. But each one of those sort of concentric white lines there is one run from the European Center's forecast operations. And that's a pretty good one. But there are others, and I put a few of those track models on there just to show you that they're not really saying a whole lot different in the coming days. And indeed, as we go into Thursday, the models are in pretty good agreement, right, for where the center, anyway, of Rafael is going to be. Not perfect, but you get the idea. And it's possible still that Florida's west coast, including the Florida Keys, could see some squally weather on the eastern periphery of Rafael. But thereafter, the forecast gets very complicated, and in particular, where it ends up. Because the models kind of split. Maybe not as much as they did once, but there's a cluster of models over here, and there's even some still up here, including their very own GFS model, which, if you go model shopping, you can run its simulations over and over again, and you come up with pretty much the same answer. So the GFS ensemble members have the center of Rafael over the weekend out here. European ensemble members have the center of Rafael out in here. So what do you do with all that widespread uncertainty? You can take the middle of it, which is kind of what the Hurricane Center does. And it's a good approach, taking the ensemble mean of all of it, right? And coming up with a likely position here. But the question is, how likely is it? It may not be that much more likely than over here or over here. There's a lot of uncertainty, Alex, but one of the things we are almost sure of is that this will be weakening along the way thanks to cooler waters and increased vertical shear.
That is the best of the news, right? But keep
hungry now. But before we get to lunchtime, we've got some business to take care of when it comes to the tropics, as the new advisory was released about 15 minutes early from the National Hurricane Center. As you know, now that we're in standard time, the advisories come out earlier ahead of time as compared to over the summer. So what's new here is that the forward speed up to 1 mile per hour faster than before, but the intensity of the storm is unchanged, still at 60 mile per hour sustained winds. So with that, of course, we still have a tropical storm on our hands, which right now is just to the west of the island of Jamaica, at least the center of that tropical storm. As you are well aware, the forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center does call for this to become a hurricane, likely as early as later on this evening, and then remain a hurricane throughout the day tomorrow as it moves toward the western side of Cuba. Now, as you know, maybe